welcome to today's video and welcome to another WWE reaction. This video was recommended by Dempsey and he said, love this WWE reaction, Bunny. Can you react to real life WWE couple who were hated backstage? I bet Triple H is in this one.
WWE couples who were actually hated backstage. John Cena and Nikki Bella. A
Are they
news
still
surfaced
together
online
though?
that
Like,
John Cena and Nikki Bella were
this is
dating
2
in
weeks ago,
2012, and upon this news leaking out, some fans instantly assumed that Cena had been and was going to continue his backstage sway to have Nikki presented in a prominent role on TV. It wasn't until 2014 when concrete reports circulated that Nikki was starting to get disliked backstage, and she obtained backstage heat mainly due to dating WWE's top guy. A report from
That's
PW
why?
Mania at the time stated, according to reports, there is some resentment towards Nikki within WWE as they feel she let her fame get to her head. Twin Magic sees herself as a sports entertainment organization's top diva due to Total Divas and a relationship with the reigning WWE World Heavyweight Champion. She constantly brags about expensive things he buys her, which is viewed as crass and tacky by her colleagues.
This is actually viewed tacky by anyone. Maybe she's just proud of him and she's happy to have him. Like, I don't see anything wrong in being grateful, but leave your relationship things like that to yourself. Only share them with people who really care.
The report continued saying, Nikki's twin sister Brie does not have this reputation behind the scenes. Just as she's portrayed on Total Divas, Brie is genuinely well-grounded and mature. She's well-liked among her WWE peers. It's not all negative on Nikki though. Her in-ring performances at house shows where more time is allotted to wrestle has earned her praise from Triple H.
Okay, that's nice.
This was at a time period in which Nikki was
she's
pushed as the
performing.
face of the women's division. She notoriously ended AJ Lee's historic title reign at the
AJ should be the
2014
face.
Survivor Series, and she was pretty much presented as a top draw of the division. While some backstage heat was understandable as Nikki's booking did somewhat change, she did manage to improve during this era. Ultimately, this backstage heat came at a time where fans and the rest of the roster were crying out for the presentation of the women to change. The women's roster in NXT were killing it by having show-stealing matches, and the fans as well as numerous names backstage wanted this implemented across the main roster. Nikki's
Makes
WWE tenure may have been helped by Cena's backstage influence, yet her popularity and legitimate drawing power both on TV as well as shows such as Total Divas and Total Bella simply can't be denied. Number 2,
That's
Edge and
like the
Lita.
thing. I don't think she's the only one. Like, there's pros and cons in dating a celebrity like John Cena. You have to understand there are people who are going to be jealous no matter what. And they're going to be hating no matter what. You can be the best girlfriend ever or the best wife ever. They will still hate on you because they love John Cena and they want him for themselves. It's like this weird fanning thing, like the simping part of it. But also, if it is something more than that, like if she genuinely is tacky and did what she did backstage, then that is a different thing. But just because she's dating a celebrity, like, I don't think that would be fair.
Edge and Lita having an affair was a story that shocked the wrestling world in 2005. It turned out that Lita had cheated on Matt Hardy with Edge, and to make matters worse, Hardy and Edge were legitimate close friends, so this completely broke Hardy. When Hardy embarked on an online rant which was completely justified, WWE decided to outright fire him. This naturally received widespread backlash as fans as well as fellow wrestlers questioned what on earth WWE were thinking. Although Hardy was eventually brought back into the company to work a scripted feud with Edge, Edge and Lita had some of the worst backstage heat ever. A report from 2005 stated that Edge's backstage heat was so severe that nobody wanted to be seen being associated with him, and in essence, he had become a total outcast from the rest of the locker room. WWE executive Bruce Pritchard reflected on Edge and Lita having backstage heat on his Something to Wrestle podcast, and this is what he had to say.
And as far as Adam and Lita kind of being ostracized a little bit, yeah, there were, I think, guys that looked at it, you know, the bro code, and felt that not cool, you know, Matt's at home, but at the same time, look, I'm not gonna take sides here. Life happens sometimes, and as you say, you know, they're on the road, they're in the car for many hours every single night in between towns.
No, it just does not happen.
Not saying it's wrong. It's just life. life happens sometimes.
Like, life happens sometimes, and I agree with you, but the way this has been done behind his back, that was not cool. Like, if she ended her relationship, waited a bit longer, and then we heard that things are heating up between them, maybe that would be different. But the way it did happen, like, that was such a betrayal, and that was not nice at all.
Whilst the backstage heat was apparent, it never impacted Edge and Lita's presentation on TV, as both were pushed as the top heel act in the company.
That's
Just
cool,
a matter of months
yeah.
after the affair was revealed
Use
to the
it,
world,
right?
Edge won his first WWE title in WWE, so in a bizarre, unexpected way, the affair actually helped take his career
yeah.
to the next level. Number
They helped
3,
each other.
Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. When Triple H and Stephanie McMahon began to work
I knew
together
it,
on
I knew
screen
they were
in
gonna
late
be
1999,
there.
the scripted romance soon turned
still
real
hate
as the game
them?
and Vince McMahon's daughter
Love
caught
them.
legitimate feelings for each other. This was going to cause issues, as a wrestler dating the boss's daughter was going to upset a lot of people backstage, and of
Yep.
course, it was going to anger Vince McMahon himself. Additionally, it was believed that Triple H was still dating fellow WWE star China, and although it's worth noting that
Oh, yeah,
Triple
that's
H has
bad.
often claimed that the relationship
it
was
always
over
like
by the
that?
time he started to date Stephanie.
That
According
makes
to
sense.
Stephanie during an interview with the HuffPost, Vince initially gave his blessing for the two to date, yet he quickly rescinded this, and Stephanie seemed to imply that he was pressured from the locker room to try and shut down the relationship. It was not always just all roses. We were given permission and then it was taken away. In terms of the
Yeah, like, this is the thing, because Vince, as a father, probably gave the permission and was happy about it because he does respect Undertaker. But then he realized what kind of division that would create backstage, because all of these wrestlers would see anything, literally anything Undertaker do as a pass because he is dating the daughter of the boss, and they thought like, oh, he's gonna sleaze his way around, he's gonna use and abuse the situation, and Vince is backing this up. This is not fair, this is not cool. But to be honest, if anyone worked harder, is like, there's no one who worked harder than did I say Undertaker? I meant Triple H. No one worked harder than Triple H to actually prove that he deserves what he gets. He deserves to be on top. He deserves the wins. Like, he really went through it, you guys. At least from what I have seen.
Reasons why, I don't know if he was getting pressure. It was a really big thing in our business for a top star to be dating the boss's daughter and all of the implications it could have. According to Triple H in the WWE Attitude Era book, when it was revealed that he was dating Stephanie, he had heat with absolutely everyone in the locker room, even people who were his friends. Interestingly, one name who didn't seem to have an issue with the two dating was The Undertaker, who didn't believe it was anyone's business. The game was fully aware that there may be an asterisk by his name for his entire career, as some believe everything will be handed to him simply because of the relationship, and it wouldn't matter how good he got as a WWE star. The relationship would always be cited as a reason for any success. The stigma of Triple H dating and subsequently marrying his way to success is still around, especially with Triple H basically running WWE. However, in terms of the backstage stigma, it has pretty much become obsolete. Triple H is extremely well liked by his peers, and the same can be said for Stephanie. Both had to work hard to overcome this animosity, and they've clearly done this through hard work and showing that the relationship was as real as it gets. Number 4, The Undertaker and Michelle McCool. The details of The Undertaker's personal and private life were kept strictly confidential, but that was until he began to date fellow WWE star Michelle McCool. Due to The Undertaker's status as one of the most legendary wrestlers of all time, as well as the locker room leader, it definitely had a major impact on McCool, and rather quickly after the two began dating, McCool obtained significant heat backstage. A report from Wrestling Inc. at the time indicated a few weeks ago, Natalya Neidhart was reportedly upset with McCool due to behind-the-scenes incident involving the two in which McCool tried to show her how to lock up correctly and how to work WWE style, which is more about telling a story in the ring than doing a bunch of random moves. Also, since McCool is involved in a real-life relationship with The Undertaker, it would appear that some of the resentment and jealousy towards her is due to that. In other words, when a diva is dating a superstar wrestler and then gets a push, that's obviously going to get people talking. But while this story may have been true, McCool's in-ring work during this time was some of the best on offer when it came to the women's division. McCool was incredibly over as a character, and one time her and Melina delivered a pay-per-view match that was so good that the two got in trouble, as it could have overshadowed the male wrestlers on the specific pay-per-view card.
No way!
It's up for debate as to whether The Undertaker positively influenced McCool's career, but McCool truly did shine in the top position she was placed in, and whenever she would make appearances in matches such as the Royal Rumble, it's evident that she's just as talented as the current crop of women on the WWE roster. Appearing on Chasing Glory, McCool herself addressed the rumors of backstage heat, and this is what the former women's champion had to say. "We fought and clawed our way onto TV screens, and it wasn't cool to date the guys. So I had to struggle with the heat of being with Mark Calloway and people thinking I was only on TV because of him. It was hard to enjoy these moments because of the stress and what it felt like was taking place 100% of the time." McCool even revealed that the backstage heat was the main reason she left WWE in 2011. "It was tough. Just leaving in itself was tough because I got to the point where I was dealing with so much, again, being mostly Undertaker's girlfriend and why I was on TV, and even having a writer throw the papers up one day and say, 'Why don't we just call it the Michelle McCool and Undertaker show?' It's alarming that the backstage heat was so substantial that McCool found it fitting to exit WWE. No wrestler should be put in this position for simply dating a co-worker. It's a shame that the final stages of McCool's WWE tenure wasn't an enjoyable and pleasant experience to her. But there you have it, folks. Real-life couples who were hated backstage in WWE. Be sure to leave your comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
And we have basically like 3 out of these 4 couples surviving even today and being like very accomplished and very happily together. Life happens until it happens to you. There was a clear line between right and wrong, and it was wrong. I completely agree with Matthew here on this comment. Like, life happens and shit happen. No. You have to be accountable for the action. You're an adult. You're not a child. Make decisions the right way. Go step by step. Do not act purely on your emotion when things can get so much more complicated and people can get so much more hurt. So I definitely do not agree with that. If Triple H getting Stephanie is the reason for his success, given what NXT Gold and what he has given us while he is running Raw and SmackDown, I'm actually kind of thankful. Exactly. I am actually grateful for that, because if it's someone else who would use the situation and be like a brat and spoil himself and his career, I would hate on that person, definitely. But he proved us all wrong. Like, the people who didn't believe in him, he proved them wrong. He definitely worked so hard to be where he is today. He put his life on the line multiple of times to entertain us. He's suffering today because of that as well. So I would say, like, if anyone, I am so proud of Undertaker. I'm so proud of Triple H for doing that. I always mess up Triple H name with the Undertaker for some reason. I always say Undertaker for Triple H. My God really said life happens while talking about you. All right, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what else would you like to see on my channel. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Bye.